You're welcome to You with Burnys right here on YouTube. My name is Burnys. You can call me Burnys and you can call me Ira as well. On this channel, I conduct interviews and I have discussions as well. So if you are new, thank you and please do stay. I have a gentleman here with me and I don't think I'll be far from right if I describe him as a genius. And so without much ado, let me introduce him. You're welcome.
Thank you, Burnys. Thank you so much.
So you will tell my audience your name and we take it from there.
Okay, my name is Kuonu Eram Dela.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are into tech in general, like you're into tech. How did this start?
Okay, I would say it started, let me say, from my childhood. Yeah, I found myself in a house, let's say my dad was a scientist. So I was exposed to a lot of technological gadgets by then. And I would always see this old boy trying to repair appliances by himself, and it's like it was cool. So I got that love from him. Yeah. So and we also have a garage that we have, let's say, our motorbike and bicycle. He would try to repair the thing like generators. So it was really cool. So I got that kind of zeal there to make it. And one great thing that he has done that I always commend him about is getting me a laptop at a very young age. It has really exposed me. Yeah.
Around which age?
I think I was in class one. That was I was 7 or 6 years old when he got me a laptop. Yeah. So and my school too were doing ICT by then. So you could imagine whatever I see on my laptop, whenever we go to the lab, I see same. So it's not any big difference. Yeah. Yeah. But I only use the laptop for games and movies those days. Yeah. Yeah.
So you said your father was a scientist. Which kind of scientist was your father?
Okay. Specifically, I would say my father is the jack of all trade and master of none. As in, he studied all sciences, but at the end he focused more on agroscience. So he was like an agronomist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was not even into computing and
No,
stuff.
no, no, no. He considered himself a BBC, born before computer. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So right now, was it your dream to be in university? You see, some people when they start in life and they know that this is what I can do, they get to some point and they don't even want to go to school anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe you had this idea that I want to go into tech, but I want to stay at home and be doing my own thing.
Sure. Okay. My father wants all his children to be educated. So it's like whether you like it or not, you need to go to school.
Okay.
So yeah, I had to. It's a necessity in the family. Yeah.
So you are in UMass reading computer science and engineering. What do you do? Like, what do you do apart from being a student? As I said earlier to my audience, you are doing marvelous. So can you tell us some of the things you've done?
Okay. For the things I've done, I've done a lot of things. So I could remember that my first project, what I did was that we had a French lecture and a quiz. But I swept that lectures. I was in the library. I sat down and I developed my first social media out of fiction. I think it was called Unicorn. Unicorn. I could remember, and I was able to connect about 205 people, not only in the school but in other schools too. So as time goes on, I showed it up there. But we are in Ghana. They'll think what you are doing isn't so nice. So, but I could remember that I made sacrifices by swerving lectures. You get it? Yeah. So I swept lectures just to make that thing happen.
So there is this project from you that I know of. I remember when COVID-19 hit the world in 2020 and we were at home, the school built should I say a website or a software? Okay, a software for the whole school, which was that's the VOE, but we're connecting to the VOE through Moodle, right? So later on, I saw that you've created something like, we were in CE1 then, like CE1 Moodle. And I was like, Wow, this is great. So like, it seems whilst all the school were using the normal model, we were using what this guy has created. And so I want you to explain it to us. How is that possible?
Okay. So I'll say, to me everything is possible. I was just trying something out because I realized that there was pressure on that model system. Yeah, there was a lot of pressure on it. So I figured out, someone brought an idea that creating a different section of that same application can help. So what I did was that I created that interface just to tap into the server of the school for my class so that they can go there. And you know, black man will say it's social engineering. I'm just trying to take out this one. Yeah. So that was literally what I did, and it really worked. It
Sure.
eased pressure on the server.
I used it, and it was whilst the rest of the students were struggling to use the app, my class, we were just in a comfortable league. Let me put it that way. Okay, so I've seen you recently with some things like, I know it's AI or something, it's recognizing stuff. Explain it to us. What is it?
Oh, okay, sure. So currently, I believe that artificial intelligence is going to rule the world. So I think I started doing AI back in level 200. Yeah. So I believe that we've all watched Iron Man movies. Me, I've watched it a lot, and I realized that this guy in the movie he's also a genius. Like, he tried to do things by himself without the help of someone else, and he has this kind of robots that he talks to. So for my whole life, I wanted to be that guy, be like him. So I was developing an artificial intelligence. I've done it, and it's talking to me. I talk to her. I ask her questions. She answers me. She's still under proof.
So it's just like, let's say, Siri, or
Better than Siri.
better than Siri,
Far,
like.
far, far, far better than
And I believe him. Like, if you know him,
far better than Siri.
you continue.
Yeah, so after making it look like the Siri that you are saying, and even better than Siri, so in order to make it better, I've added functionalities for it to see.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
So
it can.
Siri cannot see. So what's her
She's
name?
called Electra.
Electra. Siri cannot see. Electra can see.
So Electra is very huge, very huge. For the past days, I've been called for competitions, and I cannot just send the whole Electra. When I send the whole Electra, it will be like I've wasted my talent. So I have to cut her down. So I've done a personal Electra for myself that I can tell her that, Electra, play my favorite music, do this, do this. And I've done one too for the blind people. Yes, so it's like, you see the blind, they can't see, they are visually impaired. So I have, as I said, I have categories of Electra. Electra can detect objects, Electra can read letters, and Electra can track objects, get the distance. So what I'm working on, and I'm really reaching the progress, is that if a blind person has a camera or a mobile phone, we are going to connect our software to the mobile phone. Once you connect the software, it's going to tap into the camera. So that software, which is Electra can detect anything: laptop, mobile phone, bottle, cell phone, anything in a room. So once it detects it, it's able to calculate the distance by centimeters from the object to the person. That's the person holding the camera, or the camera is in the person's chest pocket. So once it calculates it in centimeters, that's when my geography comes in. We've learned how to calculate from distance by foot. So we are going to convert that centimeters into foot. So he or she will know that when I take about 5 feet steps, I'm reaching this object. So the more you are approaching the object, the more she's also speaking the object. So it's like, it's giving hope to the blind people. Yes, yes. Let's say the blind person.
Okay, so if I'm getting what you are saying,
All right.
let's say, God forbid,
All right.
let's say I'm blind,
All
God
right.
forbid,
All right.
and I want to get to something, let's say here.
Yeah.
The more I'm getting closer to the thing, Electra will be informing me that,
Yes.
let's say
you are 2
2
foot,
centimeters. Okay, 2 foot away
yeah,
from.
2 feet away from the object. This feet away from the object. You
Okay.
get it.
So if I tell you this guy is a genius, who can come and debate? Okay, so that's Electra.
That's Electra. That's
Okay.
just the blind version of Electra.
The blind version
Yeah.
of Electra. Okay, so do you intend to add another functionality to the one you've done so far?
Okay, yeah. I really do. I really do, because looking at just the blind, we can add. You see, the blind, they use something called braille. Braille is like dot 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 used to write letters. So whenever they want to read their textbook, they'll be doing like this, like tracing. But with what I'm doing, the AI I'm doing, I can detect alphabets. Yes. So if it's able to detect the alphabet, let's say in one line, it can give you the word and read it out to you. So you see some kind of, though they can't see, they can make use of their ears. That's what we are trying to do. So in the near future, I bet you they'll feel like real human beings just like us. Yeah, in the near future. I have that kind of
And thanks to you, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks to
Sure.
me and thanks to God too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me move to the next project I've seen with my eyes. You have something called U-Store.
Yeah, you store.
Tell us about it.
Okay. Okay, the history of you store. So I found myself in a community where other people are trying to make it, or trying to bring inventions, like develop things. But it looks like they have no storage space. As in Google Play Store, you need to pay before you upload your app, and they will pay you back though. But for this one, App Store, that's for Apple, you need to pay. The monthly you'll be paying. So I realized that because of that, a lot of students have stopped programming. So a conscious effort to create a system just to store the application was what brought up the whole idea of U-Store, something like UMAT Store. Yes. So as time goes on, I realized that a lot of people were in programming, so I had to feed the store with my own applications. So in the process of doing it, I think we've got more than 17 applications out there. We've got games, we've got hymnals, we've got web apps. Yeah, we've got a lot of them. COVID-19 tracker, and we are still in the process of doing a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
that was the whole idea.
So let's say I'm a programmer.
All right.
And I've been able to bring up a software, or let's say an app.
Yeah.
But I don't have the money to upload it on the App Store or Google Play Store.
Yeah.
How do I upload it on U-Store?
Great. So we haven't done 100% digitization on the shop though, but we have a system. Once you log into U-Store, once you tap on add your app, it will give you the instructions. So you need to upload your app to Google Drive. Then you just share the link with about 4 pictures of the app. Straight up, we'll get your app uploaded.
And it's free.
Free, absolutely free. Absolutely free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, since you came to this school, you've done really marvelous. And even though, let's say, the number of people who are supposed to recognize it are not recognizing it, but we know one day you will get there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure. You are doing great for UMAT, and you've done great. You are doing great, and I know you still do great. Do you have any plan to do something before you leave the school? Let's say something that maybe you hand it over to the school before you leave. Do you have any plan like that?
Yeah, I have a big, great, let me say,
Okay.
big, great plan for the
Sure.
school. I've realized that it's not something about legacy though, but it's something about real life. I feel like we need assistance. So there is something called virtual assistant. So I was trying to make use of one of our engineering labs. Yeah, our engineering labs where a specialized thinking computer will be there. that knows the lecturers in the department. So let's say a lecturer is passing. Hello, Umaru. Good morning. How are you doing? What can I do for you, or how can I help you? So it knows the lecturers, and in the process of doing that, we'll feed student data into it. So you can go there and ask her, like, let's say it's still a version of Electra. Electra, like, I need something, and she'll reply, what do you need? How can I help you? Then you tell her. So once you tell her, she's able to give you an answer. Electra has this kind of powerful functionality to to connect with Wikipedia. So you can say that, Electra, I need an information. She'll ask you information on what? Specify the topic. Then I'll say something like nanotechnology. Then she'll reply, okay, searching for nanotechnology. She has this kind of thing like, Electra, where am I? She'll give you location. So I'm putting measures in place just to provide that kind of system. It will be a computer, customized computer on its own. Then we load Electra into it so that people can interact with her. It can detect people. It will be like lively. I also have a problem over here on the mountains. There is a T junction. When cars are going, you don't see a car coming like this or like this. So maybe there's a possibility of an accident. Yeah, so I'm trying to use my computer vision functionalities to put there about 3 cameras that will be pointing here and there, so that when a car is coming, once it detects the car, to be able to give you a red arrow light, so you know that a car is coming here. But if it doesn't detect anything like that, then you'll be free. And same applies to this guy too. So we have the arrow here and an arrow coming from here. Once it is red, you know that something like that is happening. It's something of great impact, and it will help a lot of people.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So these
Okay.
are basically the 2 things that I have before I leave this room.
Sure, and it's great.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
So, upon all the things you are doing
Yeah.
on this campus, would you say that you've gotten the exposure you need to get?
Yes, my exposure, I've gotten it a lot because I've been exposed to a lot of problems per se. I've been exposed to a lot of problems. Yes, and the school is an open environment. I was even telling my friends that I don't want to leave this school because students always come up with ideas. I'm in this kind of environment that I can think to solve problems. So I'm always happy being around students. So I'll be even happy if I become a lecturer. I'll be very, very happy because I take that kind of passion just to be around students, to listen to their ideas and see what they are talking about. Yeah.
And would you say let's say the authorities of the school are helping?
Okay. This I shouldn't say, but I'll say it. Thanks so much to every lecturer in my department and the mathematical department. They're really helping. They are really helping, especially my HOD, Dr. Ganjiba. He's a good man. FLIA, Dr. Nofon. You see, the reason why I keep on thanking them is that everything they teach me, I use it. I use it to develop algorithms to solve problems. Like Dr. Otu, we were taught mathematical analysis, Fourier series. There was a problem in the petroleum department where they wanted to model the data, but the software they were using wasn't working. So someone called me that because I know artificial intelligence has to come in. So I studied that big data for about weeks. Then I came up with a formula just to project into the future. So it's like within any time frame, you can predict the values. So I've solved that person's problem. No worry for anything else. Yeah. So I use that concept of Fourier series that we were taught. Yeah, and oh, my big advice would be that whatever they are teaching you in class is real. Pay attention. It's real. You might need it one day. You might need it one day. The HOD is always there supporting me. He gives me calls. He tells me, he encourages me. He encourages me. The lecturers in the department, the webmaster, he does a lot. They are really there. They are always helping me. Yeah, and you have to. They are really tapping into our ideas, and it's really good. They are really doing well. Really doing well. It's the truth. Yeah.
So we are bringing this interview to an end.
Okay.
So when you were starting,
Yeah.
you said your daddy makes decisions for you.
Yeah.
Yes. What is your take on parents who take decisions for their wards and parents who leave their wards to take their own decisions? Which one do you think is better, or you think both are good? What's your say on it?
It depends on the kind of parent.
So you believe any kind of parent anyone has is for the person's good?
Yeah,
right?
because they've gone before you.
Sure.
Yeah, but you should be able to think to filter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much for being here with me
so
today.
Much. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay. As much as I've really learned a lot of things, and I know one thing I've learned today is that nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible. If anyone wants to get into contact with him, let's say you want a project, you have a project for him, I'll put his numbers on the screen for you guys and his social media handles on the screen for you guys. If you have any problem you want, bombard him with projects. Bombard him with projects. If you have any slots in any company where you want someone to go and fill it, call him. He will be available. So today I was here with a God-fearing, the genius, the nothing is too hard for you guy, who has done a lot for the human institution and a lot for the world. He's bringing up a whole lot of things through artificial intelligence and a whole lot, and trust me, if we give him the opportunity to do whatever he's doing, to continue with it, he will make the world a better place for all of us. And so I will urge you all to please support him in anything you do. If you have to, even as I put his numbers on the screen, if you have to even call him and say a word to him to encourage him to continue with whatever he's doing, please do, okay? And thank you for watching the video today. Please like the video and please comment. Please share the video and kindly subscribe. Once again, my name is Burnys and thank you for being here with me today. Bye.